Hey, sensitive soul friend, it's your energizing host, Nicole. Welcome to the Zenspiration Show, your one-way ticket to a mental margarita and a refreshing dip in the pool of possibility. Feel like life's turned the blender to chaos mode? Are you ready to break free from the noise? Create your own blend of Zen energy and inspiration? This is the show where we navigate the wild waves of today's world with practical wisdom, wonder, and a dash of magic sauce. So you get to live your life fueled by passion, purpose, and a lot of empowered vibes. Get ready to energize your life. We're headed to a magical place I call Inspiration Island. The Zenspiration Show starts now. Welcome back to the Zenspiration Show. We have a big one today because we are here to transform stress into success. I like the way that sounds. I'm going to say it again. We are here to transform stress into success. Why? Well, let's just address the big news in the room. A lot of world events happening in our country. I noticed my Facebook feed filling up with why didn't they this? And, when tragedy strikes, and unfortunately, we've had a lot of events like that more and more and more over the last few years. I love social media for its original intention and purpose, not so much when things happen in the world and everyone is sharing their opinions, attacking each other for their opinions. So this is adding to, look, we are visionary leaders. You and I, we are the type of people, we have goals, we have dreams, we have things we want to accomplish. We're here to create a legacy. And when you look out at the realness of things that are happening in the world, I've never felt more called than I do right now to step into my greatest potential. And if we are not only getting caught up with our own internal stress and pressure, the pressure we put on ourselves, to perform perfectly, let's say, get every I perfectly dotted and every T perfectly crossed. If we're doing all of those things, and then on top of that, we're getting pulled into the energy of what's happening, and we're being distracted and pulled away from our purpose because of opinions, because of what happened. It's not to say, oh, that didn't happen, and turn away, stick our head in the sand, and just move along with our own business. You and I are the type of people, because if you're watching this and you're into Zenspiration and energy, and you want to discover a new approach to do this thing called transform stress into success, then you are more about than just achieving. You really want to make a greater impact in the world. And that is definitely why I do what I do. It is not just to achieve. To me, achieving is the easy part, okay? But achieving while staying true to yourself, achieving without getting distracted by the world events, those things take skills. That kind of approach, that's a skillful, strategic approach. And that is absolutely what I help you to do. I'm here to help you absolutely embrace what I consider the ultimate superpower. Lots of people talk about superpowers now. And the one that I consider the ultimate superpower is the ability to shift your perspective in the moment when you need to into one of place of empowerment, one of confidence, one of implementing something from the right energy, from the right mindset. So when we have things like shootings, and whether it's in a school, whether it's at our one of our presidents, whether it's anything of that capacity, skills apply to help you stay focused and help you stay zoned in your zone of genius so that we can continue to create this positive change while all the shuffling's going around and all the accusations are flying. Okay, it's an awful thing, and it's never, ever coming. What I never want to do is come from this place of, oh, I don't see all of that. I just want to achieve. That's definitely not what we're doing. So the things happen in the world. This gives us, I feel, a greater calling to say, okay, I see it, I feel it, I'm sensitive to it, but I'm not distracted by it. In fact, I feel more pulled to do what I'm here to do. I feel more called to say yes to my purpose. So let's talk about stress today. Let's talk about pressure. Doesn't that sound fun? No, we're going to talk about it in a new way because it's all energy. It's all changeable. If something's showing up in your world as stress, as pressure, it's potential. It's potential for you to turn it into something that is useful, something that is impactful. It is not something you're stuck with. Okay, we don't take that approach around here. You're not stuck with it. So this is for you. This episode is for you. You're a visionary leader, even if you're not at the point where you've implemented ideas, but you have them. You want to be impactful. You have these things that go through your mind and you think, oh, that excites me. That inspires me. That is something I can do something about. That is a change I want to make in the world. I know I have purpose. I have these big visions, these goals, these dreams. Maybe what you need are some savvy, strategies. Maybe to help you feel like you can expand time to meet your needs. Wouldn't that be nice? Just like that, right? And to feel that way instead of feeling, I don't have enough time. I wish I could get more done. Well, let's address that too. This is also not just to help you get more done, but to help you get the meaningful things front and center, to help you implement those things. And because stress is part of life, pressure is part of what we experience. And those are the key points. This is what I want you to really laser in today. If you're feeling pressure in your life, if you are feeling stressed in your life, it is simply your call to adjust and make changes. It is not, I can't handle it. I took on too much. I'm doing everything I can. I guess I need to work harder. I'm all about hard work. I really am, because I have a strong work ethic. I take hustling to heart. I love it. I'm also not here to tell you, you need to slow down. Like, what, you just need to tone it back. You need to take it down a notch. I'm definitely not here to say that, because I can't stand when people say that to me. Wow, you do a lot. You should slow down. How do you do all of that? With strategy. I don't just force or push or pressure. So that's not what we're talking about. So it's not force, push, pressure. It's not slow down, take it easy, dial it back. Somewhere in there, you see, there's a magical way for you to do more of what you love with less pressure and stress. Sound good? Are you in? Are you like, ooh, yeah, I like that. I like that idea. So why do we get stressed? Here's what I found from working with the type of amazing, inspiring people that I work with. They are the go-getters. Okay. They are like, I have things that I want to accomplish in my life, with my life. I am here. And the bigger vision is this. Again, not just the achieving, the bigger vision is creating this legacy, right? That you want your life to mean something, to leave something positive, to create your positive impact and imprint in the world, your personal stamp on it. Yeah, your soul, your essence. I did that. I did that because I'm using my gifts and my abilities to the maximum. I am here to make a difference, and I'm doing that. I'm living my mission every day. Okay, working with these types of souls for so many years, being one myself. I am a fellow high octane hustler. Okay, I love that. I know that the why the stress kicks in and the why the pressure kicks in is because the more meaningful your goals are, the more you may press yourself to make them happen yesterday. The more inspiring my goals are, the more I want to show up, and the more excited I am So it is not always just this, oh, I'm so stressed. Oh, I took on more of what I shouldn't. It's not that. Although my clients do say yes to many, many things because they're so excited and they're so on purpose. They want to do it all and they're yes and yes, but not always. They're not always good at aligning with what is in alignment with their purpose, with their goals, with their mission. Sometimes they're saying yes to a lot of different things for different reasons. I've had, and I know myself, I've done it too early on, but a lot of my clients say yes to things to show they can do the most. They're ambitious. They want to be an asset. And so they say, give me more, give me more, give me more. But you don't, this isn't about just doing more of everything. This is about getting strategic and doing more of what is most in alignment for you. Okay. So you see the difference, because otherwise I could pile my plate high with a lot of different things, thinking maybe this thing will work and I'll get there faster. And we're sort of exerting ourselves on a lot of tasks and to-do lists, the inbox, bing, 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 all these things. And you feel like you're getting hit from every side instead of saying, where am I specifically headed? What is alignment for me? What is my most meaningful, my most valuable outcome and desire that I want? And what is going to get me there the fastest? So if you're in alignment and you're saying yes to only those right aligned things, now your time is going in and being very useful, very strategic. So even though stress and pressure is part of our daily life, it's not at that level where you're spreading yourself thin to get everything done. Instead, what if you only invested your time and your energy in the things that are in alignment with where you want your path to go? You're not on the wrong path, by the way. But how you get there, how you move forward on your path, that can be very different. Not wrong, just more pressure, more bumps in the road, more detours coming, all of this extra time and energy that you're putting to these other things. So I have found that there's a stress when I'm not on purpose. I don't know where I'm headed and I don't know what I want. I know that I have goals. I haven't really clarified them. There's that category. Then there's also the category when I am very inspired. I know my purpose. I know my vision. I have my list of most amazing, inspiring, beautiful things I want to accomplish, and I want them done yesterday. Okay, like I want to be there already. I don't want to be where I am. I want to be there already. And so this creates a gap in our energy that also can create that pressure. How do I get where I am to where I want to be as fast as possible? Because I'm so excited, I'm so inspired. Or we can even tell ourselves stories. Isn't that true? We can tell ourselves stories like, I should be there already. I've worked really hard. We can tell ourselves really good stories. I've worked so hard. This should just be happening for me already. I get it. I've done it too. I don't get it. I'm doing everything. But again, doing everything isn't the solution. So when we come back from break, we're going to go to break, and I want you to just sit and process a little bit. Okay. Ask yourself, what story have I been telling myself about my stress? Where are my stress points? What are the top 1, 2, 3 things that pop in my head that feel most stressful? Now you're going to notice something interesting. You're either going to notice things that you really don't like. Oh, I don't like this. I haven't dealt with this. Or I want to get this done. I'm so excited. I'm so inspired, because we're all at a different point in our path. It's all good. I want you to know it's all good. I'm going to walk through and we come back. What not to do to address that, what to do to address some of this, so we can start to dissect and sift through. I'm really good at helping my clients sift through their stress and the emotions of it, because these thoughts activate emotions. This changes our physiology and the energy we show up in our daily life. I want you showing up for your most inspired life as if you already have it. Sound good? That's what we're going to talk about when we come back from break, right here on the Zenspiration Show on Transformation Talk Radio Network. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So here's what we are diving into. Transforming stress to success. Even though there are things going on in the world, and the world's gone a little, I'm going to lighten it up. World's gone a little silly over the last few, I think in any year, I cannot remember a year I haven't said that. In the last few, that the world has been, or we've had these shifts and these changes. Okay, this is the course of things. This is how life goes, and I don't think there's a generation or a time in history when that wasn't happening. The thing is, adjusting your course and calibrating to your purpose, it increasingly I think it increasingly gets even more imperative and more important, and that's why we're talking about this. So it's never to ignore what's going on in the world. In fact, it's to address what's going on in the world and then continue on your path in the most empowered way. You see? So I have something in my practice and in my community called the Power Positivity Proclamation. We pop, we pop, pop. That's what we do. You agree to the pop and you want to pop with your energy. And that is because it is the way of remaining optimistic. We are relentless optimists and positive without, however, ignoring what's going on or shoving those emotions and things that stem from the events in our own personal world, in our loved ones' lives, and then community, and then, nation and world, etc. Okay. So this is not about shoving and sweeping those under the carpet. In fact, it's addressing them and then shifting. Okay. So in this episode, we're going to really dive more into, I want to share, because this is about capacity technology. If you want to operate at your peak performance, why wouldn't you, by the way? I don't know why. That just seems like a no-brainer to me. Yes, operate at my peak would allow me to implement, but also it would allow you to have more resilience. And how about joy and strength? Not one or the other. If I just move through my day with strength, that means I can force my way through. I can push my way through. I can be strong and not enjoy it at all. Yuck. That is definitely not what we are about around here at the Zenspiration Show or Energize You. All right? No. So instead, I'm presenting, what if we get rid of what's not working, we eliminate that, we shift and adjust, we do these certain strategic things moment to moment to moment. This is what allows your energy, your joy, your inspiration to soar while you stay strong and resilient. And in fact, if you have challenges, which are part of our journey, doing this and applying these strategies all along the way is what builds resilience. You're not exhausting yourself, forcing. If I force my way through the day, I'm pretty exhausted. If I move through my day in this inspired, empowered way, I've discharged energy. I've exerted myself, but in an inspiring way. So it's sort of a restful kind of feeling. It generates more excitement for the next day. No one gets up excited in the morning to have to go deal with life. That's not fun. So let's talk about capacity technology here in a different way. I want to show you also what not to do, because these are strategies that I see when my clients come to work with me. They are pushing energy. I know I just need to work harder. I know I need to get more done. And well, actually, clients say to me, I know, I just need to take everything from my to-do list and put it on my schedule. And I'm like, no, insert the record scratch. Okay. No, stop. I'm like, stop right there. This is not about piling it all in your calendar. How stressful is that? So we're not pushing. You're also not ignoring what you're noticing, ignoring what you're feeling. And what does that look like? That looks like, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I just got to get it together. oh man, I can't think straight. What's wrong with me? You're getting these energy signs, you're having creaks and eeks and pains and things in your body, and you're telling yourself just to suck it up. I just got to keep going. I was watching, absolutely love Ryan Serhant. If you haven't watched Owning Manhattan, it's just great. And he was making a joke, but to me, these are real statements. We say them as jokes to play it up. Okay. He's like, yeah, let me just pencil you in for 2027, right? Because it's so busy. And so I get it. This is what highly ambitious, driven people do. We love to see a full, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. But ignoring your needs along the way, ignoring what your body's telling you, ignoring what your energy's telling you is not a good strategy, because eventually your body says, I'm done with you ignoring me. You can no longer ignore me. I'm going to break something and you're going to notice it hard. Okay. So if you don't take time for wellness and well-being, you will be forced to take time for illness, for just needing to recover, burnout, these types of cycles. And I'm telling you, you can be highly ambitious and highly energized at the same time. It is not a requirement that if you are highly ambitious and driven, that you must go through cycles of burnout or mental breakdowns. Okay. So we want to get good at not ignoring these signs and symptoms. We want to get so good at noticing what's happening energetically, emotionally, mentally, before it's to a point where you cannot ignore it. That is so significant and important. You also, a lot of highly ambitious people, this is what they do as a strategy. They just add more. They add more hours, and they're adding more sometimes of the wrong things. They're adding more of the to-dos. They're adding more hours to their day, thus adding more stress, more pressure, more of that overwhelming sense underneath it all. They're silently dealing with more than anxiety and more chatter happening about how they're going to get it all done. If we're going to add more, it's going to be strategic and aligned and not just random everything is, or also very last minute. Right. So adding something very last, okay, just throw it in. Now, there are times, whether it's with sales or a client needs something, or yes, there are times where something can be last minute or in the moment. And that can be for good things. It can lead to something really inspiring and awesome. But assessing it, we'll get into that. Well, just hang on. We're going to get into what you should do. One more thing is the skipping. So if you're adding, but then there's also skipping, not skip to my Lou, my darling. Okay. I'm saying skipping snacks, water. I had a client once skipping bathroom breaks. I'm just too busy. Wow. Guess what? Her body didn't like that so much. Okay. So then just not taking care of herself, skipping sleep. That's another one. If you're adding longer hours to your day and skipping sleep, sometimes we skip sleep a little rebellious. I've been so crazy running all day. I just want some time right now. So I'm going to stay up a little later. And then we get in this cycle of not sleeping, sleep's off. Listen, sleep. Oh, sleep. We love you, sleep. Sleep is the elixir for life. Your body loves sleep. I always have these interesting thoughts about sleep. Like, it's so interesting. We go to sleep. Anyway, side note. Okay. But we don't want to skip these things. We don't skip meals. You need protein in your body. You need fuel. You need energy. You need water. If you are dehydrated, your brain is actually shrinking like a dried up sponge. And then you're questioning, why can't I think straight? You're dehydrated. Your brain is just like, okay, let's be good to our brains. Super important to be good to our brains. There are more and more ties through research showing living chronically stressed is very tied to things like Alzheimer's. We don't want to do that. And it's happening midlife. not not later in life, midlife. Okay. So this is our prime time. Yo, prime time. Prime time means getting things done in a healthy, vibrant way. That's what I'm getting at. So what do you do instead? You need to assess what what am I doing? How am I showing up and doing that? Am I pressuring myself? Do I have a lot of forcing myself to do things? Am I telling myself a story and making a reason to do it in the way that I'm doing it? And what am I noticing that's coming up for me? What am I feeling in my body? What am I feeling in my mind? What's happening internally? This is where we're assessing. It's not just how will I get all of these things done? What am I noticing about my energy? What am I noticing about my approach? What am I noticing about the first thoughts that hit my awareness when I wake up in the morning? Am I waking up in the morning excited and inspired for my day? Or am I waking up and immediately the ticker starts tick, 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 tick. You need to do this, you need this. You better get your ass out of bed. Go. Okay. Am I doing that? Or am I waking up? Okay, today's going to be a great day. Man, I am going to show up as the best me ever. This is going to rock. This is going to rock, right? Are you instantly grabbing this thing when you wake up in the morning? Oh, I better see who messaged me. What's happening? What do I need to catch up on? Haven't even left, your head hasn't left the pillow yet, but you got this thing in your hand already. This isn't even in my bedroom, by the way. It stays far, far away. And I don't address it until I want to. And when I catch myself doing it before I want to, I observe. You see, you need to observe yourself. You need to observe yourself. Many times we observe this way. We are looking out at our life. We're looking out at everything we need to do. You need to take about face, okay? Observe this way. Observe self inward. If you do that, you will notice more amazing and insightful information than doing it this way can make you feel more stressed, more pressed. That's not the goal. And then get really good. I'm talking about embracing the best superpower I've ever found, which is to shift your perspective, shift how you are showing up. Let's talk about when we come back from break not only how I'm going to help you do that, okay, but I want to talk about what would it be like to show, have you been showing up for the life you have, for the stress you don't want? What would it be like to show up for the life you want to create, the legacy you want to create? And what does that person look like? What are those qualities like? What are those habits like? How do we actually take this apart, assess, observe, address, shift? That's where your magic absolutely starts to happen, because getting more done with less stress and less pressure is so much better than forcing yourself. So we'll take a little different spin at pressure and force and energy and power, and take you from pressure to power right after the break, right here on the Zenspiration show here on Transformation Talk Radio. We'll be right back. Are you ready for this magic? All right, here's what I want to do, because if you not only want less stress, what we're going to talk about in this segment, also how to manifest what you do want faster. Does that sound good? Would you like that? Oh, you mean not only will I feel more effective, more productive, not only will I have less stress and pressure, but I will also manifest my goals and bigger dreams, like your more immediate goals and your bigger dreams and vision faster. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's possible. Because if we look at, so there's a difference between force, okay, there's a difference between force and power. There's a difference because both kind of have pressure. You need pressure to move forward. So pressure isn't always a bad thing, but living with it internally, too much pressure ongoing where you feel closed in, you're not releasing, discharging that pressure in a powerful way. You're just holding it and then forcing your way forward. That is what also that transforms into pain internally, pain emotionally, pain in your joints, your body, your physiology has a big part in this. If you are stressed and pressured and carrying all of that resistance with you, your physiology, that's where you're holding it. You're holding it in your tissues, you're holding it in your muscles, you're holding it, your joints and your body. It's like, ugh. Okay. Now, maybe, have you ever had someone say, "Are you okay?" People say that. I'm a very intense, thinker. I'm processing. I'm right. So if you're also in your mind, problem solving 24/7, if you're processing every little detail and you're supposed to be with your family or you're supposed to be doing something fun, but internally you're like, how do I get that done and when will I get that done and I need to get this done and what about this and what about this? It shows. And that's why people go, "Are you okay?" Because your face looks like, "I don't know if I'm okay." So let's walk it through. So we want to take the pressure, like revving your engine. Let's say you, my friend, are a very fast race car. All right. And you like to go in the fast lane. But if you are just at the line, revving your engine full out, you're gonna burn out the engine, right? We need to take the resistance off so that you can go and cross that finish line. But what I want to help you do is actually become the finish line. I'm not just about getting goals across and ideas across the finish line. I help my clients become the finish line. They show up as if it's already happened already. Like they're just rolling through their day. People want to know, what are you up to? Wow, oh my gosh, your energy's so great and you look so happy. And what have you been up to? So they become the magnet. They become the attention getter instead of trying to go out and get what they want. They become the magnet in their life. It's very, very exciting. So I don't want you to rev your engine until burnout. I want you zooming along your life and feeling in control. There's a concept, feeling in control, not trying to control everything. Very different. Okay. But feeling in charge, feeling in control. So where do we begin with this? When I'm working with my clients, the very first thing I ask, even though I give them space to tell me everything that's been happening, I want to know the most important question. Do you want? Tell me what you want. And I'll tell you almost default, because it's habitual that we focus on what's not working. We fixate on what's stressing us out, right? So they begin to tell me what's not working. I don't want you doing that over there, right? So this might be where you want to get that pen and paper. All right. Because I want you to be very specific. Now, this is sometimes a little fuzzy area because when I say, what do you want? Of course, they have goals. Of course, they have dreams. They have visions. But sometimes some of the things they think they want have been sort of put there from the outside. They think they should want this thing this way because that is what other people want. That's the way people describe build your empire or but not everyone's empire looks the same. It's not structured the same. I had a client once, she built an empire and then realized, I didn't even want this. This isn't what I wanted at all. It was very successful and it was very stressful because it wasn't the structure that she wanted. It wasn't. And so we really look at also, when I say, what do you want? I'm talking about, what is the lifestyle you want? What do you want your life to look and feel like? How do you want to feel in your life? What kind of energy do you want in your life? I want to talk about you, the soul in a human form. Okay. I want to talk about you, the energetic being. What is it that you want to be doing, feeling, seeing, experiencing every day? Not just a checkbox checklist of goals. I don't know, get the client, make money, buy the car. I don't know, whatever. Okay. Those things come into play. But really, what is the lifestyle that you want? What kind of freedom do you want? What does freedom look like for you? Freedom for you may be different than freedom for me. Freedom for you and I might be different than for someone else, our friend over here, right? So we want to look at what is freedom for you? What does that look like? What is energy for you? What does that look like? What does fulfillment, what is that like for you? So really getting personal and into the layers of what do you want and what that looks like and feels like for you. I love exploring that with my clients. Now, the next thing, so if you imagine, let's play Imagine. Do you remember when we used to imagine things as kids and we would play these games? I remember putting all the cushions on the floor and we would walk on them and the floor was lava and you couldn't do those things. We used to make patty cakes with sand. But that was our bakery. We had a bakery. Imagine that, because I do make cake pops for fun. But we would imagine, let's do that. Yeah, let's imagine. Let's imagine that you have everything that you said you want the way you want it. Let's just pretend for a moment it's there. Boom, arrived. Oh, okay. How would you feel? How would you feel if you had everything that you just described, the way you described it? If you already had it, how would that feel? Okay, so then we get that stuff to come out. We get that really clear. What would that feel like? Sometimes it's interesting because initially I get relieved. Wow, relieved, that's nice, but inspiring? So we go deeper with it because still they're attached to some of the blocks and the problems that are popping in, that they don't have what they want the way they want it yet. Okay, so we clear that out. I clear it out, clear, and then we really, really get to it. So how would you feel if you already had your lifestyle, your life, the way that you want is big and beautiful and inspiring? And then we go to, okay, why don't you have it? And I wait, right? So why don't you have it? I know you know a lot of things. I know you're talented. I know you're amazing. I know that you're passionate. I know that you're driven. I know that you have great purpose. I know all of these things. Maybe you know them too. I hope you do. But why don't you have it? You want to give thought to that as well. What is coming up? Again, initially, answers pop in, but then we get into the deeper layers. Why don't I have what I want the way I want it? What is happening internally? We can say it's this, it's that, it's them, it's him, it's her, it's whoever, it's whatever, but it's not. It's really internal. Okay. And then we want to look at, now, imagine again, you have what you want, the way you want, everything beautiful, everything amazing. Wow, I actually woke up in the life I always hoped was possible for me. So great, so amazing. Are you showing up as that person? Huh? Or are you showing up as the person who has the struggles, the challenges, the obstacles, everything to do, not enough time, not enough energy, trying to do everything perfectly? Here's what I found, and I've done it too. We are habitual creatures and we are wonderful and amazing, and we can do anything and we can shift and change. But many times we just show up the way we showed up yesterday, if not more stressed. We show up for the problems. We have our problem solver hat on and we go through and we are problem solving 24/7. And that doesn't create inspiring outcomes. It creates a focus of where's the next problem. Yeah. So we want to show up as if we already have the lifestyle, because this is where the inspiring solutions pop in. This is where new opportunities come in. This is where what we want happens, because we're already dialed in. We're already aligned with it. If we're showing up for the problems and the stuff we don't want and addressing all, and your energy's heavy, it's harder to think straight. It's harder to get the magic to happen. That's not what I want for you. So here's what I'm going to give you a little assignment, should you choose to accept it. Okay. Make a short list. How would I show up? What would I be doing if I already had the lifestyle I want? Again, immediately our brain could say, oh, well, but I can't because. No, I want you to make the list, because what's surprising is how much we can actually change and shift today to show up for the life we want doesn't cost a penny, actually creates more momentum and takes less time because you're showing up more inspired. If you're just showing up to problem solve, that is not inspiring. You might think you're going to feel better because that's the issue. We fixate on the problem, we try to solve the problem, we're not inspired, and then we get in a habit of showing up like that. So make that list. If you had what you want, the way you want it, so beautiful, so amazing, what would you be doing? How would you be showing up? Maybe you wouldn't be skipping meals. Maybe you would go to bed at a certain time. You would drink more water. You would have more time for a walk, for exercise, for movement, right? Get that clarity. When we come back to the next break, we're going to go over. I have some reminders for you, my friend. I have some empowering and inspiring reminders for you to help you transform stress to success. We need you now more than ever. Your purpose, your vision, your leadership has never been more needed in this world than it is today. We'll be right back. The time flies when we're talking about you. I love it. I absolutely love it. I have some soulful reminders for you as we wrap things up here. Definitely, if things are not working the way that you have been doing them, it's not you, it's the approach, it's the strategy, right? So let's stop doing what's not working. Let's stop forcing things along. And let's start doing things that we can do something about. One main reminder is eliminate what is not working for you. If you've been saying yes to things that are not working for you, you've been saying yes to things that don't feel right, trying strategies that don't feel like a fit, if you feel like you're, I don't know, somehow being put in a box with what you were told how to do it, the biggest thing you can do is make sure that your strategies and what you're using in your daily life, how you approach what you do, what you say yes to, what you say no to, is that it all comes from you. I was taught by my mentor long ago, success comes from you, not to you. And I was like, wow, that spun my brain around at the time. Now it makes so much sense to me. But when I first heard it, I said, what? Success comes from me, not to me. I'm not going to get it. I am the magnet for it. It's coming from me. It's the way that I show up. It's the energy and the vibration and the intention that I bring to the table. It's what I'm bringing to the game of life. That is what makes the biggest difference. So that first and foremost is what we want to make sure that we're doing. Shifting to open your perspective, not looking at things the exact same way, not facing them like a problem, but leaning in and saying, what can I address here? What's not working for me? You better get bold and relentless and address what is not working for you. I don't care how if it's not working for you, what's the point? It's not doing what it's meant or intended to do. It might work for someone else. Cool. That's awesome. But make sure what you're doing, what you're attending to, the way that you're operating, the way you show up, that it is what works for you, right? This is an energetic. We're coming at things energetically. This is not just about doing something. You can do a lot of things, and if you're in the wrong energetic state, it won't have the impact for you. It won't work. Any magic. It will be more stressful. It will be that forcing approach. So we want to make sure that our energy is in alignment. It is an energetic game, my friend. Okay? It is absolutely taking an intuitive approach to your success. You want to unlock your potential? That's how you do that. It isn't just a thinking game. What more can I, why am I, okay? But we want to get rid of that stuff. And the struggles, the challenge, whatever you want to call that, I don't really call it struggle. I just look at where's the resistance showing up because it's energetic. So if there's resistance popping in, whether it's within me or I'm trying something still within me, right? I don't feel this isn't working for me. I want to take a look at that. I want to look at, okay, there's struggle, there's challenge, but there's a reason. There's a reason. It's not just for nothing. It's not because I'm doing something wrong, but there's information for me here. There's insight for me here. The more we ignore this resistance, the more we're overlooking the whole answer. If you miss out on the resistance and you just go, oh, this is, this isn't working. Oh, I'm feeling resistance. There's information for me here because resistance is just on the other side of that is what you want the way you want it. But first, you have to move through it, and you don't have to force your way through it. I'm talking strategic. Let's look at it from a different perspective. That's the ultimate superpower, is being able to harness that and say, how else can I look at this? What am I not seeing? What am I fixating on? What's the better way to address this? Can I get a higher view? Can I get a lower view? Like what, spin it around, throw it. What else can we look at? That's how breakthroughs happen, with perspective. That's when my clients go, oh, these are actual words from real clients. I never looked at it like that. That's amazing. I hear it all the time. Wow, I never looked at it like that. I know. And isn't it interesting that we're having a conversation and they're saying, I never looked at it like that? It's a perspective. They're viewing something in their world a certain way, and it's not helping them. It's not helping them show up. Because at the end of the day, here's the truth. I don't know where you are on your path right now. Okay. But wherever it is, perfect. Here's what I know that I know. And I have talked with thousands of people over the years. I don't even know many from all over the world. In my coaching practice, in my personal life, I've met people of all walks of life. Everyone has an amazing story. Every single human being I have ever talked with has lived through something that I go, wow, I find humans super inspiring. They don't always find themselves inspiring, but here's what I know that I know. I know that you have great purpose here. I know that you have something about you that no one else does. I know that you are here to share something with all of us, the world, your family, your community, whatever level that is for you. And my driving passion is helping you get that out in the world. So you are not pressed back or dialing yourself back. I also have clients like myself. I've had this in my own life as well. Just when they start really hitting it, they really start tapping into their greatness, their happiness, their zone of genius. They are like on top of their world. Someone in their life steps in, says something happens, and they dial it back. That's not what you're here to do. You're here for expansion, total expansion, expression, being fully yourself, living your mission, right? What I call your MVP, your mission, your values, your purpose. That helps the world. That helps all of us in such a positive way. That way, you know every day that what you're doing and the way you do it is impacting you in a positive way. It's helping you to become more, and it's helping the world in a positive way, helping and inspiring those around you. I'm part of that club. That is my club. Okay. I'm all in. I want to be in the club that is inspiring other people, because if we don't have that, what do we have? What are we here for? If we're not here to be inspiring, to help each other rise up and achieve more and be more and feel free and feel healthy, happy, right? We certainly need more solutions right now. We need better leadership right now. Well, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. I'm saying, I'm in. Let's do this thing. That's where I want to head to. I want to be part of the solution team. I want to be part of the leadership team that's helping more people wherever they are on their path to become more. That's something that I can put my personal mark on. All right. So if you're in, I'm in. I think this is it. Remember, you have great purpose. You are being called for more. This is the time. There's never been a better time. I know there's a lot going on in the world, but I also believe in us. I believe in you. I believe in me. I think we can do this. I think we can do it better. I think we could do it more inspiring. I think we could do it Zenspiring. I think we have lots of Zenergy to give to the situation, and it's our call. So I'm asking you to say yes. If you want to learn more, by the way, head over to my website, energize-u.com. Again, I'm Nicole, peak performance coach. I'm here to help you be intuitive and strategic with your success. Let's answer the call for the leadership and the energy we need in the world. That's it. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in, my Trapezoid friend. Coach Nicole here, signing off from the Zenspiration Show and Inspiration Island. Remember, the magic doesn't end here. We are just getting started. Keep shining your light, embracing the adventure, and spreading those empowered vibes wherever you go. I'll see you on the sunny side. Until next time, stay energized for life.